Welcome to Study Success Formula. This three-part video series is designed to help you unlock your child's academic potential by tackling three key areas: developing interest in studies, boosting concentration, and using smart scientific study techniques. Through this series, you will discover 1. How to ignite a child's interest in learning so that studying becomes less of a struggle and more enjoyable. Proven techniques to enhance concentration, allowing your child to focus better and retain information longer. Efficient study strategies that make learning easier and help your child score better with less effort. Whether your child is preparing for exams or simply needs to boost in their daily study routine, this formula will equip you the tools to guide them. Hello, wonderful parents. How to develop children's interest in studies. I know how challenging it can be when your child doesn't feel like studying, especially at the start of a new academic year. You might be dealing with tantrums, distractions, and constant complaints. I don't feel like studying. Does that sound familiar? Well, don't worry. Today we are going to explore amazing strategies to develop your child's interest in studies, and I promise you will see a change. I bet you all had that moment when a child says, I sit down to study, but I just don't feel like it. We all have been there. But why does this happen? Let me tell you, it is lack of discipline. Yes, it may seem simple, but discipline is the foundation for good study habit. Think about it. Imagine an airplane on a runway to ready to take off. During the takeoff, lights, AC, and food, everything is turned off. Even you cannot run around. Why? Because all the energies are focused in one thing: gaining enough speed to fly and lift. Similarly, when it comes to studies, your child needs to direct all their energy in one direction, and that's where the discipline comes into play. As parents, we play the role of a helmet or a seat belt. Because sometimes it may be a little strict because it's like putting that a seat belt. They may not like it, but it is for their safety. Now here's what you can do: set a study routine, a constant time each day dedicated to studying, and will help your child's brain prepare itself for that time. Soon enough, they'll feel naturally ready to sit down and focus during that time. So, are you ready to take your child's academic journey to the skies? Stick around. Next video, we will dive into powerful concentration techniques. Welcome back, parents. In today's video, we are tackling another major hurdle: concentration. How many times have you heard, I just can't focus, mom? Well, let's fix it together. Now, the first thing I want to say is, don't worry. Every child faces this challenge at some point. But the good news is that we can train their brains to concentrate better. How? Well, let me explain this fascinating science behind it. You see, our brain has got two parts, the left and the right. The left brain works when you are doing things like reading, writing, or studying the boring tasks. But when you're watching TV, cartoons, or something, the right brain kicks in. And guess what? The right brain has got a recalling capacity or ability of 90%. Then that's why we can remember movie scenes so clearly even years later. Imagine we could make studying engaging as a movie. How much more your child will remember. Here's a trick: use visualizations while studying. Encourage your child to close their eyes, take a deep breath, and picture the information they are learning. This taps into the right brain and helps boost memory. Another tip is the signal technique. After every 30 minutes of study, let your child take a 5-minute break. During that time, encourage them to stretch, meditate, or simply relax. It helps to reset their brain and increases the focus for the next session. See, with a little creativity and routine, concentration can become your child's superpower. Let's make studying fun and productivity. In the next video, I'll be sharing scientific study techniques to help your child score more with less effort. Don't miss it. Hi parents, now that we have talked about the interest and concentration, let's dive into the most exciting part: how to make studying more efficient with scientific techniques. Yes, it's possible for a child to score higher with less effort. Sounds amazing, right? Let's say it together: Study smarter, not harder. We all want our kids to spend less time stressed over their studies and more time enjoying learning. Here's how we can do that happen. The first technique is called active recall. Instead of simply reading notes passively, encourage your child to actively ask themselves questions about what they have learned. For example, if they studied a chapter in the history, let them have them explain it back to you in their own words. This simple trick can double their retention. Another great method is spaced repetition. Studies show that reviewing material at spaced intervals helps information stick in long term. So instead of cramming before the exam, break study sessions into shorter, repeated intervals for several days. It's like planting seeds and watering them over time. They grow stronger with each review. And here's my favorite technique, mind mapping. It's perfect for visual learners. Let your child draw out the key ideas they are studying in a map like format with colors, arrows, and symbols. This engages their right brain, making it much easier to recall the information later. By using these techniques, your child will not only study smarter but also build the confidence to perform well in exams. So let's help them soar to new heights. Stay tuned for more tips and techniques in my upcoming videos. Together, we can make learning an enjoyable adventure. Thank you.